on, Mr. Maps?
Yo, what it do, what it is.
What it is, big man? Are you alive and kicking?
Yeah, fam. But right now, ziyakhala. We're seeing stars here at Dynamo Zagreb. Zikhala zikumute.
There's color go loudspeaker.
This team wants to give me stress. So stars at West Ham, they had to be rescued by VAR. Now, Manyala in fucking Croatia.
Side note, this has been like in the news ever since it happened on Saturday. Do you think the goal should have stood?
The Chelsea one?
The West Ham goal. Yeah.
As in, yeah, in the Chelsea game, rather. I trying to be as neutral as possible. I think I don't blame the referee for disallowing the goal, but at the same time, neither would I blame what's this thing called, the referee, for giving the goal and letting it stand. Only because I think Mendy was poor in his keeping in that moment because he parried the ball away. Right, he should have tried to catch that ball, or at least palm it even harder. So like Mendy was just suspect the whole game, in my opinion. So I thought we deserved to draw that game, right? In terms of, if I'm being fair, Chelsea did not deserve 3 points. But if we're looking at that VAR incident, I understand why it was overturned. The goal was overturned just because Shaka Hislop made a very, very good point. His leg, I can't remember what the player's name was, but his leg, his first leg, Bowen's first leg easily goes over Mendy, right? First leg goes over nicely. The second leg should have also gone over as well. Like he had no reason to kick Mendy. He really had no reason there. Shaka's theory is that Bowen wanted to leave something on the keeper. So obviously Bowen doesn't know that a goal is about to be scored. Bowen, his mindset is, I've just squandered an opportunity, so let me leave something here on the keeper, so that he feels me. Of which, I'm like, that's not a bad theory, That's really not a bad theory at all. But yeah, I think it's his fault. I think West Ham, Bowen fucked up. But I think, they deserved fully to have this, either to beat Chelsea or to take away a point. That's my point of view.
Okay. I actually understand why the ref gave it as a foul. Like, I genuinely get it.
Me too. Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy afterwards, right? In a way which I didn't get.
I think it's being overblown, to be honest.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not that deep.
I think there's a need to sensationalize the VAR thing. Actually, there's an agenda against VAR itself.
No, there is an agenda. There is. Do you know what? I think they should be even louder about the Arsenal, the Martinelli's disallowed goal. I feel like there's a bigger case to be like, nah, VAR should have let that one stand. Just because, again, it's a very, very soft foul. No, but it was a very soft one, though. On Locuzet.
He doesn't get the ball.
Nah, but still, it's still a soft foul. So, like, if the ref let that stand,
he pushes him.
He pushes him, yes, absolutely. No, contact was there. I'm not trying to say there was no contact, but I'm just saying it was soft. Eriksen was waiting for the contact. He got the contact. He went down. Footballers do this all the time, and they get fouls, right? But we've seen a few games where the ref will let it slide, where a player will go down, and obviously there's no goal scored. It's just a change of possession.
Yeah.
But the ref will let it slide. And the player will get up and like, hey, ref, go. Right? So I saw that as more, like, I would make more noise about that if I was an Arsenal fan, to be like, come on, dog. Like, this one is soft. This one really is soft. And I think there was a Newcastle incident.
I think the thing with that one, yeah, there was a Newcastle, but I think the Arsenal one was clear, dog. Like I struggle. The thing with that one is Eriksen has the ball, right? He's in possession in the middle of the park. He's about to make a pass, and then Odegaard comes in behind him. First he pushes him with his arm, and then he hits him with the knee on his leg. Eriksen falls. Now, if Odegaard comes in and takes the ball, I can agree with you and say, I know. Yeah, well, Odegaard, it was a fair tackle. He won the ball as ish. But he doesn't, right? So he pushes Eriksen, and then someone else comes and takes the ball after Eriksen falls. If Odegaard wins that ball and makes the pass, then Sisngakurume and say, actually.
But then no one is arguing. No one is arguing the fact that Eriksen wasn't fouled. I'm just saying it's a very, very soft foul. Like, he was expecting contact. The moment he got contact, man went down. Like, it was not like a while. It wasn't like, you saw Van Dijk's tackle on Onana. We almost broke the guy's leg, right? It was just above the ankle. That is something where it's like, bro, that's potentially a red card offense, right? Potentially.
But you
so
see,
something like that.
If it leads to a goal,
soft.
But the VAR rules always say if it leads to a goal, then you have to give the foul. I think there was a similar game, I think, with Spurs or something, where something like that happened, where it's like, okay, fine, in the lead up to a goal, did the ball even touch the hand? Even if it was like ball to hand.
You see? I think it happened it was Spurs Chelsea. Kai Havertz.
Exactly. You have to scrap it. Like,
but the goal stood, though. The goal stood.
No, it didn't stand. It didn't stand.
It did.
I think it was Chelsea Spurs.
No, it did. It stood. It was Chelsea Spurs. The goal stood.
No, there's a goal that was scored by Spurs, and then a ref called a foul in the middle of the park. I need to get that game.
Spurs didn't get any disallowed goals in that game. I don't think you're thinking about the right game. But anyway,
it wasn't this season. It was last season or something.
Guys, welcome back. It's another episode of 6 Foot Weights. Your favorite hour with your favorite cheese boys. My name is Tabo.
My name is Senna.
And we apologize. It's just, you guys know, if you're a long time listener of the pod, like, it's, if there's one topic me and Senna will always get carried away on, it's gonna be football. Like, it's just always gonna happen that way. Unfortunately, it's just, we say, all right, we're just gonna discuss one thing, and easily, I wouldn't even mind if we had the time, if we were unemployed, how Alba is actually playing. But anyway, if we were unemployed, I'd definitely say let's have a separate football podcast. I would definitely say that. Because I think we have a lot, or sports podcasts. I'd love to be on a sports podcast personally, to talk sports. I really am that big a fan of sports. But anyway, Mr. Moy, we have quite a lot of housekeeping to do. Actually, not a lot of housekeeping, but yeah, a couple different things. I think what we can start with is some shout outs. There's some very, very special people that we need to give some shout outs to. The first, well, I guess we'll leave that. The last one, we'll leave him for the end. But as you guys know, we recently opened a Buy Me a Coffee account. And, the people who pulled up. So we wanted to give a few shout outs to a few people that have bought us some coffees, as well as their messages, just to say that we really, really appreciate. The first person who bought us a couple of coffees, she bought us 3 coffees, and this is Chichi, so shout out to Chichi. Siyabonga, Danko. She says, for this episode alone, thank you for doing the Lord's work. We need more of Feelers Court. So shout out to Chichi for buying the Cheese Boys some coffee. And then shout out to Winkosi. She bought us 5 whopping coffees. She says this is Vulamlom for the offsides, but Siyabonga podcast. So thank you. We have Belinda Ngube. Love the pod. Amandebele support too, guys. Lingadina Laksasa. So she also got us 5 coffees. I'll get to the point that I'm about to make in just a second.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Leslie, got us 3 coffees. To our representing H-Town, love the podcast. My Ndebele is improving every week. Oh man, we're so happy to hear that, Leslie.
Yes.
Love that shit.
Appreciate it.
And me just going on and on in English. Siyabonga Leslie.
Siyakubonga. Isibongo sakhe ngobani? Akulasibongo. I know next time angasitshela isibongo sabonga kuhle.
Yeah, sawubonga kuhle sibili. And then last but not least, shout out to Ste Mpofu. Mampofu came through for the boys. And she got us not one, not two, not three, not 10, but 20 coffees. So shout out to you, Ste, pulling through Siyabonga. We know you're an avid listener of the pod, always there when we skip an episode to call us out. So yeah, Stay and Wenkosi, like you were like if we skip, I want to turn off notifications because I know what these
right.
This thing I'm off. But Stay says in her message, she says, for my favorite pod and to eliminate the rumors, Uguti Amandebele are stingy. Y'all are doing it. Now, shout out to Amandebele. Y'all accepted the challenge. You came through as we knew.
Yeah.
Number one.
Absolutely they moved like Ndebele families in Lobola negotiations with Shona family.
Honestly, that's probably the truest thing you've ever said, fam.
That Adam way where it's true. Like we want them to think, hey, now we must do this thing.
No, they pulled up.
No, but
they pulled up.
I can only echo your sentiments, Taba. Thank you so much to everyone who decided to buy some coffees. We appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. It's encouraging. Uguti, so many of you guys listen to the pod and that you enjoy two guys just what do we call it? Checking in, checking in for a weekly chat or whatever it is. No, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Now we're glad the pod is working for you, whether you're washing dishes, whether you're at work, whether you're in your transit, on your commute. I know Ayanda says he religiously wants to listen on the commute. So yeah, whatever purpose the podcast is serving for you, then
you know what the funny thing is?
We're happy.
I think Ayanda says she likes to listen when she's driving. I think Mzo also said the same thing. She also had like a trip, I think from Harare at one point, and she was driving. And then what Ayanda said was she always feels like live tweeting, especially like when we attack her and her poor performing fantasy team. But then you can't.
Let me even pull up fantasy. Let me see what's cutting with Ayanda's team. It's our weekly Ayanda
weekly thing.
Hour. Necessary. There we go.
No, this week I know who we need to slander, bruh.
Let me see. Who are we slandering?
We need to find out.
Europa. Yes, absolutely. She was talking shit, yeah. She was talking shit in the beginning. Yeah, don't know why this is gonna be light work.
My title.
She tweeted. I remember. She tweeted. What did she tweet? She said, the names in this fantasy league are so whack, and I'm just like, oh, sharp. How about you? Put up a big. That is. Zakala. Where's the league? Right. So right now, Prof is at the top. Senna, you've given up your seat.
No, but Prof had a mad week. You should actually click open his team and you'll see a good team. Yeah. He took some chances and got some good differentials. Because I think everyone didn't have like a great week, but I think Prof.
He had Rashford and Tony. I had Tony, but I didn't have Rashford. That's mad.
Yeah, Prof was I think the gods told him that this week.
I mean, I lost my 1-1. One of my 1-1. So I'm top of one head-to-head league, and the other one I was going to be in the top 4 with the +1 item. But the guy I was up against, when him lead, it was done. And then Rashford did what he did, and I was like, fuck. That's when it went. Like, he was behind me by a good 8-9 points. And I think if Rashford had just scored one goal, I would have been fine. But he scored a brace and it was done. But so let's start with Ayanda. Ayanda is 31st out of 36. No, sorry, that's Panache. That's another trash ass nigga. I'm sorry, Ayanda.
Ayanda made progress though. She's 21st.
Fox is at 34, bro. What the hell is this, bro?
Hey, but also those players on his team. Like I open some teams and I'm like, but guys.
No, Fox needs to be said. Zaha, Martinelli, that's not bad. Haaland, He captained Jesus, an Arsenal fan. Captain Jesus against United. I mean, his team is not bad. Fox's team, honestly, is not bad. It's just that, he bought Agalas. Ayanda's 21st. She's climbing up. She's climbing up the ranks. So, okay, it's not bad. Basela FC, just know that they're people worse off than you. Where's Ropa's team?
I look, they go about 26 thereabout.
Yo, that is rude.
There's a man's I'm looking for, actually. This man's
26.
How do you think I was making it up?
I thought you were just talking shit.
No, because I checked it the other day.
More problems.
No, but there's a man's who DM'd me. I think his name's Kuda. Kuda DM'd me to say he wants to join the league. So I'm interested to see how he's doing. I think his name is Kuda Kombera.
What's his logo?
So like when someone
did you add him though?
Like last week or 2 weeks back. But when someone wants to join the league, you're always like, okay, this one is coming to mash up the thing.
Yeah, exactly. It would just be coming out of nowhere to just go straight to the top.
Oh no, but he's not bad. He's sixth. He's sixth.
Oh, he's sixth. Yeah.
Big ups. He's moving.
He's not too far. He's about 20 points ahead of me. So, I had a decent game week, but not the best. Creeping up on 1 point behind Togo. Creeping up on Togo and Mkhwele there. So this next game week is going to be a big one for me to try and see if I can get into the top 4. But Haaland is firing, eh?
Yeah, dog. So I make the mistake of captaining Salah like every week, hoping that
Salah's too expensive. He's not worth it. Salah's not worth it at his price point.
But the thing is,
it's not worth having Salah. You'd rather have Luis Diaz, Nunez, Jota. Like you'd rather.
No, but let me tell you why, right?
Trent justifies his price tag, but not.
So the thing with Salah is he's on penalties and he plays 90 minutes. So you're thinking, dog, in that period of time, there should be some returns.
Liverpool scored 9 and Salah got nothing.
He should have scored. The thing is, he missed sitters that game. Like it's a freak. But anyways, let me not get carried away with fantasy. Sabona next week.
But anyway,
before we get started,
last shout out obviously is gonna go to Ubaba, the man himself. Happy Sabbath. Tinto came through last week. Yes. On his second episode of the Feelers Court. And he opened up and it was a pretty, big episode. We got a lot of obviously traction, interaction, people commenting, tweeting, all that kind of stuff. So shout out to Tinto for coming through, hanging out with the boys. It was wild. He unleashed the V6 item. That man has been through it. Yes.
You know that song Egashwi Nomtekal, where he goes to one of his wives and is like, "Awu ngitshele sindisiwe wami wena ngathandana nawe ngizini banga kina ongibhance nabo." And then she goes, "Babe baningi ngeke ngibaqede."
Hey, my kids. Nah, for real.
Oh, what a wow.
So he put the 6 and 6 foot weights, bro. Wow. That's mad. That's a mad tweet, I think the thing that's actually
I don't know how. Personally, I don't even think I'd be heartbroken if I found out there's 6 of you, because I'd just be like, no, that's not a good reflection on the person. No, but
nah, bro. I would, bro. I would for like a month. For a month, you will not eat food. Like you, no.
Would you be like upset with no, 6? I'd be more inclined to think that's a character flaw. There's nothing wrong with me. That's just a character flaw.
I don't know if I'd recover from it. No, but the thing is, it's the fact that there's 6 others jabbing your hand. 5 other guys rather jabbing your hand. That is where you're like, bro.
Well, fair enough.
I think this whole time, I think.
I can get that if you think you're the main and everyone else is sides, right? So you think you're focused in this thing, and then the 6 other guys are like just for the fun of it, right? They're also like non-invested. But if all of you 6 are boyfriends, I think that puts a different spin to it. I think there you're like, shoot it, this person has an issue.
Anyway, yeah, no, but yeah, shout out to Tinto. Check out his podcast. It's called The Feeling Station on all streaming platforms or all podcast platforms.
Amazing. That's one of definitely my favorite podcast outside
one of Zim's finest.
Outside of this and maybe Girl in Skies and Saturday in the Morning, I think what Tinto's doing is brilliant on The Feeling Station. Truly amazing.
Absolutely agreed. We'll not mention the fact that you said, yeah, it's definitely my favorite podcast outside of 6 Foot Weights, Girl in Skies. You just literally listed them all, and I'm like, Senna, Senna, you're my best friend. Like, outside of like Hanani and Panache and Fezi and Taves and like Chief, like. But anyway, you had something to say.
Yeah, no. Before we start recording, there's this age-old question that's been asked on Twitter.
Senna, we've started.
Sorry, before we go into like the stuff we had listed. No,
are you okay?
I've got wine in front of me. There's a question that's been asked for many years on Twitter. That whole Okuti, when you're in the car with your person, who sits where? Does your mother sit in the front seat? Where does your sister sit? What? I didn't have the full experience, but I got a glimpse of it. So my little sister was visiting.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with her, and then I went to my girlfriend after work, right? Because I do that after work. So I'm with my sister. We go. So she's sitting in the passenger seat, right? So we go. I wasn't even thinking about this. I mean, in my head, I was like, you guys will just see. If my girlfriend sits in the back, it is what it is. I'm not going to be vexed. No one's going to be vexed. She's going to be chilled about it. I don't think no one's writing a letter to Oprah or Sis Auntie B or whoever it is, or Sis Dolly complaining about it, or Loni or whatever, right? We get to the office park.
Yeah.
The moment I park the car, my little sister gets out of the passenger seat to sit at the back. So I'm like, "How, Chief?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, "Oh, Chief."
How
And
far?
then when I like, no. I need to make space for the person. I need to go sit in the back because that's her chair. I'm like, where's this coming from? And she just mentioned Oguti, that's her thing, that's her interpretation, that's how she thinks things must be done, and she don't want no smoke. So I don't know if she was being conflict averse or generally that's the rule. But I just thought I'd give you that little piece of information, Mr. Maps. Do with that what you may.
Interesting. I think it is. It's much easier, obviously, if it's like, okay, if it's your little sister, even if you wanted, like you could say, yo, jump in the back seat, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. You could literally verbally say to your little sister, yeah, just jump in the back seat. That's fine. I think that one is a low level.
Happened with my older sister
like,
too, by the
okay,
way.
this one is chilled type of situation. Did she go in the back?
Yeah, well, she immediately. So we took my older sister's car, and then she literally gave me the keys and said, right, Mina, I'm going to crash in the back. You guys.
Wow. Interesting.
The France.
Okay. I know. I mean, again, it depends on the character. But so an older sister might just be like, nah. It's
also, it
all intents and purposes, we're all Moyas here. You're not. So, chow dog section.
Yeah, maybe
it could go like that as well.
It could, but I think I've just realized that with all this, because it's been on Twitter for so many years and it gets asked every year. Annually, someone will ask that question. I think the important part, God, I'd always ask myself, okay, in a situation where I find myself in that scenario, but I think it depends.
No, tell me about your mother. That's the one I'm interested in.
I'll come back with further information when that occurs. We're not there yet.
no, but right now, as it stands, if Masalo pulls up to CPT, y'all will pick her up. Who's child dog section?
She will. I think my mother will voluntarily do it. Without even like a fight. I'm telling you, like I swear, I think she'll voluntarily just go chill in the days. Yeah.
Okay. I think personally, my view would be I would, if you are just a girlfriend, I would say no, can you please jump in the back? Like before she comes out, honestly, before my mother has to come out and have to make that choice. Because I think my mom, by default, if she's put in that position, she'll just be like, no, I'll just sit in the back. Right? Like, so she won't make it a scene or anything like that, right? Should never. But beforehand, I don't know, if you're holding the title of girlfriend, nah, I'll be like, chief, I think you need to move.
Side note.
Right.
The scenario different. So what Lindo did was she specifically jumped out of the front seat to go sit in the back. Do you think that if your mom was already chilling in the front, she would move to the back?
Nah, she'd never move. Nah, I don't think. I think, nah. Like, what? Girlfriend?
Then your hand comes and says bounce.
If it's my girlfriend, she comes and tells my mother bounce, say I'm chia, bro. I'd be like, no, actually, I'll lock the doors, mom, asap. Like, there's no way. Like, you telling my mom to what? Bruh. Nah, never that. So for me, okay. I think it's still, if she's about to come into the car and my mom, I'd be like, chief, can you go to the back? But then it obviously changes. I think if it's now your wife, then no, mom has to sit in the back. Like, I think the power dynamic has shifted at that point.
What I find hilarious is that why is this question only ever reserved for the woman? Because I know for a fact that if it was a father sitting in the passenger seat, no one is having a chat at all. Like there's no chat about Uguti. Yeah, but your mom, your dad's sitting there. Let me sit there. Like it's not a thing, ever at all.
I don't know. If you're old school, like I feel like because there've been times where like even. I don't know. I just think it's different. I don't know because I'm thinking about the times where now with my wife it was different. Like my parents, if it was one of them, even when it was two of them, I think it was all four of us in the car. My parents were like, "Nah, we'll sit in the back. Like we want to sit in the back. It's cool." And I'm like, "Oh." Okay,
I think my parents would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of like when the roles are defined like that. If it's your wife, your fiance, I think it's a very easy one to sort out. But if it's like that's your girlfriend, I don't know, bro. Because I don't think. Again, this is just my view, right? Just my view.
Yeah.
I'm not imposing this on anyone. I think mother outranks girlfriend. But I think the moment girlfriend becomes wife, she outranks mother. That's the way
But you know what,
see
right?
it
In an African context, and I think we touched on this in one of our very, very early episodes. In an African context, you'll probably only likely introduce your girlfriend to your mother when it's serious.
Yes.
When you're now thinking about more than just girlfriend, right? It's not like a random thing like white folks. White folks can be like, this is Tim and I have been dating for 2 weeks. Let's go. When you're black, we don't have that luxury, especially when you come from a conservative Ndebele Catholic household. There's all of that some of us have to think about. Whereas,
absolutely.
After a while, it has to be substantiated with time and seriousness before you even bring someone around to your family. So, but by default, even though the person will still be your girlfriend, there's that element of okay, we're serious.
Yeah. No, I think obviously, if in an old school African family, no, it's not even it's not a discussion because you already know if I'm bringing someone around, this is the guy or this is the girl, But even until transaction calls have been sent one way or the other, I think it's just still, yeah, if you if you've introduced your parents like sharp, it means you guys are being serious. But still, until names are changed, money is exchanged, like at that point, then it's like, all right, cool, there's a new captain now, right? They're sharp. I'm willing to fight anybody on behalf of my wife. But I like girlfriend, and then you want to go die in front of your family. Chief. Then that same person tells you, Simu 6. No.
Wait, I have another question for you as my elder. Although you're not my elder because I'm older than you, but as someone, I am older than you. But as someone,
I'm gonna keep that on. No ways. Hold on. Shit. I thought Aubameyang had just scored.
Okay. But anyways, right. As someone who has traveled certain roads before I had, right. So it's two things. The first is those introductions. Those introductions with your parents, wasn't it awkward? Like the very, very first ones.
Introductions from look who's that? My girl to the rent.
Yeah, especially your dad. Like, I'm thinking,
yeah, my dad, I don't know, my dad is just so awkward, bro. It's like literally to this day, my dad would be like, "So my so and like, but the funny thing, like, so with her and my mom, they chums, they chill, like it's really, hey, how are you doing? How's life? Like they'll text all the time. But then with my dad, it's just literally, I don't know what it is. Like he's very, very kind of strictly professional, kind of not even, like legally. That's your daughter-in-law, right? It's your daughter-in-law, but it does not. It's not. Yeah, no. It's like listen, you are Emma Koti, and it starts and ends there, type of thing. So I think with my dad, it was just a very formal introduction. Yeah, okay, yeah. How are you? Da da da, and that's pretty much as stereotypical Ndebele father. That's what you should have in your mind. With my mom, I introduced her, I think after we had been dating for, I think a year and a half at that point. A year and a half approaching 2 is when I introduced her to my mom. And we went out for lunch. We went out for lunch somewhere in Joburg, actually. I forget which restaurant. But it was me, and then I had my youngest brother there, just in case it was awkward. Because again, the thing is, with women, you never know how it's gonna go, right? So your mom could be cool with you. I genuinely want to meet this person and give her a chance. Or your mom could be like, fuck this, I need to let her know, the food that I don't want. The pyramid. So it could go either one of two ways, right? So I didn't know how it was gonna go. And I was nervous about that. So I had my little brother. I was like, listen, I need you to play interference. And I need you to be like the diffuser. If no one is talking and all of that, I need you to bring up something stupid and everyone can like chuckle. And,
did you like brief Busan beforehand?
I did. Because she was very comfortable with Busan, right, obviously. My mom obviously is comfortable with Busan. So it's one of those things where I was like, right, I need you, if things aren't starting, then I need you to step in. And then he did very, very well. But then now after the lunch, he was like, yeah, you know what, I was the best thing about that lunch. And I'm just like, bruh, like, can you stop patting yourself on the back?
The star of the show.
Exactly. He was like, he was touting himself as the star of the show. I'm like, listen, this was actually a really good lunch. I think they gelled well together. This is not about you. And he was like, no, it's about me. Do you not remember the moment when I said this and everybody laughed? And I was like, okay, you know what? But I think you need a diffuser there. Just someone who's like, at the end of the day, there's no agula pressure. This person can say anything, make people laugh, and then that's all. That's all. And then I think that'll make
a good in between.
Because I think everyone will have pressure. Everyone will have some form of pressure. So I think if you have just someone there to just crack jokes, there's no implications of this person, then it's chilled. I think that's the best way to go about it.
One more question before we move on.
Yes, go ahead.
That's something that I'm struggling with, right? Not personally, but I foresee it being an issue, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, when we're at CBC, right, they teach you about virility, age, and chivalry, and all these things.
Act manfully.
Yes. It extends to softer stuff, like you open a door for women, specifically. But now, here's the thing. Growing up, right, it's not something I did for my siblings, but then in my dating life, it's something that I've done consistently. Right, so I do it now. Like I open my girlfriend's car door, house door, whatever it is, all the time, right? But it's not something I've extended to my sisters or my mother, because it just wasn't a thing that we did growing up, right? Now we're at this age where these aspects of my life are they start to like streamline. Because obviously your dating life has always been separate from your family life, like your home life.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's like, okay, is it awkward now when they watch you do this and this for that female, but then for the rest of everyone else, it's like, chief, open your own door type of thing. I guess the question is, it feels weird. Do you open your mom's car door, Tom?
That's very interesting. I don't like unless my mom goes over Lunya,
I was conscious of it because I spent a lot of time with my little sister when she was here, right? And I got so used to the fact that I'm always with my girlfriend, so I'll open her car. I'll open the car door for her, and open the door when we walk in. And then when my sister was around, it was just like, and she'd also just be like, yeah. But then it's not something. Yeah. It's not something I did. It's not something I thought of doing. It didn't feel. But I thought about it. I'm like, huh.
Sorry. I think honestly, unless it's like, again, if I'm seeing my mom for the first time, right? If I'm picking up from the airport, yes, I would open the door for her. But like, outside of that context, like if my mom was like, right, in saloon goes on Tatango 12. Right, I'm literally gonna pull up at the saloon at 12 and sit in the car, and then she'll see the car, she'll walk into the car, and then I'll reverse, and we go home.
You go for lunch. You go for lunch with your mom and your girlfriend, right? You go for lunch. You're driving. You go to the restaurant. You come out of the restaurant after lunch. In an ordinary sense, right? You would open the car door for your wife to let her in. And then you close it, and then you go around to the driver's seat, right? That's how it works, generally speaking. I assume we're cut from the same cloth. Now, on that day, you're with your mom. You come out of the restaurant. What do you do?
No, nobody's getting the express service, bro.
No one's getting. You just go. All right, thank you. So
we're all going to the car doors.
God for us,
it's awkward. It's awkward for Kuluva for himself, bro. Because like, there's no way. Like at that point, like there's no like. If I open the door for my girl, I have to open it for my mom as well. Like there's no that like So I think.
But you've never done it since you were a kid. You've never done it for your mom, so this would be a first.
Yeah, but I still can't like look, my mom in the eye and just watch her open her own door. I can't. Yeah. I really can't do that. So it would have to be one of those kind of, okay, sharp. This is the situation, and we go from there.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have an awkward chat with my sister after she edits this episode. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I foresee that. But yes. You saw that video that I sent you about groove hobos.
Yes.
The
Dubai item. So
we were in Dubai, my friends with money. I don't know how much money they have, but I just know when the bill comes, they pay. So, however,
aren't you living like a bad B? I love that for you.
No, I'm saying, as in, we're not arguing about the bill.
Okay,
No, I contribute as well. What am I a bad B?
I thought you were saying, they pay for the
come on, man. We all pay, but there's no uncomfortability with the paying. It's
you're not peeling. You're not
peeling.
I
mean, alright, the bill's All right, cool. Here's mine. Do you know what I mean? Cool.
Yeah.
So we've gone into this club now. One Oak. Dubai. Anybody who's been one oak, we had the table in the back, so you can fit about 15 to 20 people.
Yeah.
Cool. We had some American girls with us, Michigan to be exact. So if they're ever watching this, you know what I'm talking about.
Mishy.
So we've ordered a bottle, a Magnum, the big bottle. I'm talking about I don't know what it's called yet, but it's like I think it's 5 litre bottle of Ciroc.
Okay.
But when it's come, it's already open. So we're like, this is a bit suspect. Why is it not closed? So one of the man then pours a drink, tastes the vodka. I said, bro, this ain't Ciroc. This ain't Ciroc. I'm not having it. All the other bottles will come, the Dom P, the tequila, all that stuff. But this vodka has to go back. So we call the manager now. Manager is obviously not going to admit that that's what they did. But they're just like, we can give you the money back, but it's a process. We're like, no, it wasn't a process when you took our money. You know the ones there where you took our money instantly, but all of a sudden I got to wait 28 days for it to return.
Yeah.
I want it now. Or give us another bottle and closed. Anyway, going back and forth, that took about an hour. And out of respect, because our boy is over there, out of respect, we didn't touch the alcohol that we have in case it's a thing where everything has to go back. The American girls. Oh, we not going to get our drink on up. Like, brother, relax. We're sorting out something.
Oh, no.
But it's only Ciroc, is it? Anyway, and she said something like, she saw the tequila and it wasn't 1942. She goes, I only drink 1942. So you lot better sort that out as well. In our minds, we're like, what's wrong with this gal, bro? Like, anyway, didn't say anything. Cool. So my boys come back, and probably about a good 45 minutes. Like, it was taking long. They were just trying to violate, but eventually he didn't back down. So they've come back with another bottle, and they've given us complimentary shots. But he hasn't come out yet. Just the shots have come. So we're like, yo, listen, we're trying to get lit. So clearly, because the shots have come, he's cool. So we've all grabbed a shot, all done cheers, whatever, drank it. Boom. The same American girl. If that's a sorry shot, then they definitely gave you like the house shit.
No!
And then we're like, why have you, like, do you know the difference? She's like, yeah, I drink 1940. Like I said earlier, I drink 1942. All right, cool. My boys come back. So, yo, did you man get the shots? What go on? So I asked him. I said, what was the shots? Come on, bro. You think I'm playing around? 1942. Everyone looked at the girl. Hello, 1942 connoisseur.
Connoisseur, you know your drink.
I thought you said you know your drink. She was embarrassed.
Oh no.
Embarrassed. Just bare talking.
She was trying to do bad B for you.
Well, why? You're already in the club. You've already bought the juice. Relax. You're doing too much now.
Oh, ladies, that's so embarrassing.
No, very embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing.
The first thing that shook me about this story, right, is quite simply the fact that I didn't think about it. I've heard of it in a Zim context. Uguti, you go to a liquor store, someone will say, "Uguti, no, the Jameson in Zim is fake." Uguti, no, something about the taste of it in Jani is coming from Tanzania. Hey, what in. So I'd heard those rumors about Zim, but I'd never heard those rumors about Dubai. So the guy literally, and also apparently, one thing that my wife told me, because I sent her that link as well, that TikTok, she said it's illegal in Dubai or in the UAE. It's illegal for you to badmouth a company. You can't talk shit about them. Like if I go out and I say, no, MTN has really, really terrible service. I had a bad experience. Apparently that's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
It's also
And I was like,
exam
what?
PF.
Some side missions, bro. So it actually shook me, Uguti, because obviously everyone talks shit about, hey, this is an internet provider, this mobile provider. Everyone like bitches and complains about certain things, right? In every country. But like, if you go out on social media and you go, MTN is trash, these guys are ripping me off on my phone bill. Technically, you could face some police interaction from that. And I thought that was just wild.
So you can't do it.
If it's out in social media. No, you can't.
Hectic.
So like, she was even telling me, there's some Facebook groups that she's on where like hands who are like frustrated by certain things. They'll be like, hey guys, a certain telecom provider is just so frustrating. They keep adding extra money to my phone bill. But she says a certain telecom provider. She cannot specifically name names. She can't go, hey, Vodacom, Cell C, like, otherwise, Bangambamba. If someone were to send that to the cops, you could get into trouble.
Right.
Which is mental.
Hectic.
So, I didn't even know, bro. But yeah. Anyway, so that was the one thing that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, this is crazy. But the fact that because again, the club that he referenced is a very very well known. It's like your what's that club? The one where Uns spent the racks.
Yep.
What is it? Yep. Yeah. So it's like your Yep type establishment where it's like, okay, cool. Everybody, if you pull up there, you're having a good time. It's the right crowd type of situation, right? So when they said Uti the Ciroc there was fake, I was like, bruh. And again, you know that
It's been dissing Gaga.
very very expensive. So a bottle like that, a 5 liter
because
bottle.
whenever
of
you
booze,
guys
right,
come here, you act like yay.
No, because it's crazy out here. So a 5 liter bottle, I kid you not, I'm pretty sure they were selling it at, for a 5 liter bottle of Ciroc, probably selling it at 40,000 rand. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the price. I can look into it, but that's the price that you're going to be looking at.
5 liter
if not
bottle.
more expensive than 40,000 rand. Yeah, you've seen them good to items, bro. The big items.
Short.
Of which, why would you want a 5 liter bottle of Ciroc? Why wouldn't you just get 5 bottles of Ciroc? Because at that point, you're like literally having to carry this giant scoop to pour into your cup, and you're getting lit and like gonna start spilling it. Logistically, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, the moral of the story is that the girl was like, hey, I only drink 1942, 19 whatever it is. And she couldn't really tell me what it was. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, typical, bro. Typical. And it's like, you've been in those situations where there's that hand or those hands which just, they're mood killers. Hey, we want this. Hey, guys, me I only drink bubbly. Or I think I get bubbly. And she'll look at you. There was a hand, literally. Some jailer, tang champagne. Tang champagne. Yeah. Hey, why are you guys buying whiskey? I only drink champagne. Well, no one is forcing you to drink this whiskey. Take me champagne. Like, but a shame, you know. Like, I think, you know, there's this saying: beggars can't be choosers, bro. So unless you've got, I've been in situations where the boys will be like, "Nah, guys, we're drinking gin," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, you're drinking gin, sharp, not any gin." I'm on my own thing.
I'm buying a bottle of whatever, right? Me and Mang are getting a bottle of whiskey. Or we're getting a bottle of Hennessy or cognac, whatever. Yeah, it's up to you.
As I see, we are not going back and forth. Like, I'm not gonna imagine. I'm like, Senna, let's go out for drinks. Let's have a good time, you know. And then Senna's the one who, guys, Tabo, can we actually get my way? How, Chief? When I invited here, and then when you want to come and back orders, they're like, yeah, no, bruh. But yeah, no, Groove Hobo is very, very scary.
And it's the entitlement, dog. I think for me that's one thing that'll always piss me off, right? It's not like these people are coming with a solution. It's I want, right? Because unfortunately, and I always see tweets, financial fair play is very important because there's guys. No, it is, dog. It is because there's guys who've created it's men who've created this culture, this club culture of Uguti. We're gonna get girls and we're just gonna ask them what they want, and then we're just gonna buy that. What they say goes, and then that's it, right? And then from there, that's the price we pay for their entertainment or for their presence. No, that should not be the case. Personally, you're there to have a good time. I think I've realized there's certain guys who do different things, right? So I've grooving with Tabo. I realized Tabo likes music at Groove. Tabo goes to club for music more than anything. Like,
yes,
this nigga,
absolutely.
This nigga will 2 a.m. system song. They'll play an ama piano or gom song. I think it's when they play gom.
Now 2 a.m. is for gom. 2 a.m.
Gom, they'll play 2 a.m. We're now tired. Tabo's now getting into the gom, and we're all there like, yo, this guy. But anyways, he likes music, right? He likes music at Groove. So it's easy to make those decisions. Oguti, right? We're getting Hennessy. That's it. That will keep us firing. When the piano plays, the gom plays, the hip hop plays, that's him. Tabo's happy. Abanye, it becomes a matter of we're just there to show. and then you just end up doing silly things like entertaining girls, and then it feeds into an entitlement which groove hobos end up having, where it's like, right, I only drink Moe, I only drink whatever, I only drink this, I only drink that. So buy it yourself, chief. No one is forcing you.
But you've stumbled onto, like, I think, I don't know, maybe you can also think about some of these other personalities. But so you've described one personality, which is I'm in groove for the music, right? So you have your I'm here for the music.
When you're a house junkie, it's
you have
a bit
your
weird.
your locuzin. You and then you have your I'm here to flex on the niggas, right? And the hands. And then another key one that you forgot to mention was there's also those guys who are I'm here to go fishing. Is that the fishers? Because we get to the black. I like my ass hasn't even touched the couch. Like I haven't even like found my comfy position, for the night. We're like, right, this is the position. I haven't even gotten there. And so to Maps. Are you seeing the thing?
Maps hasn't even opened the Shazam.
Bro, we haven't even ordered drinks though. Like we haven't even you know what I mean? Like we've just walked in. It's like, yo, what are you saying? What are you saying about the things, bro? How? Like, fishers are a problem. If you have too many fishers in your squad, it kills the whole vibe.
The problem with fishers,
the whole time, items, and then it's like it literally fishers can ruin your nights.
Side note: what's the name of the Shona guy who said he's learning a bit of Ndebele?
Which one?
The guy who bought us a coffee.
It was. Let me check. I think it's Leslie. Leslie.
Leslie. That's a new word for you.
Oh, I don't know. It could be a guy. It could be a guy. It could be a guy. It could be a girl. I don't know.
It could be, but that's a new word for you, Chief. Yeah. What Tabo just said. You said For our Shona listeners, what does that mean?
Yeah. So if someone is trying to papa for you, you can just tell me, hey, I don't.
You can't even say it.
I lost my train of thought. No, I lost my train of thought. But yes, I'm a fishers. That's the honest.
Fishers,
and they can.
Fishers are a problem.
Your whole. I mean, Addison, let us know.
Fishers are a problem for two reasons. I'm
pretty sure
right?
You guys know fishers in your clique.
Fishers are a problem for two reasons. The first is that they don't have a good time unless there's some baddies involved. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Then they ruin the rest of the thing because if there's no hand,
there's
the whole day is bitching about Akulaba
Fazi. Bro, like we're not here for that. Like now Umuntu's mood, he's upset, he's sulking. These hands are boring. These hands it's just exactly wait. Like bro, like we're not here for that. Like Tabo's here for the music, I'm just here for a good time. Like let's just leave it. Like whatever, right?
Like why can't you be happy to chill with the boys? Like men's fellowship is
right.
Like let's just have a good time. And then but like it can't.
Right.
I'm not.
Your night can't depend on that.
And like literally, like bro, exactly. That's my point. Like it's like, bro, I go home munyu because I didn't go home with a thing. Like bruh, nah.
The other issue with fishers
point,
is in South Africa. There's Hanani once said this, and I think it's very important. It's important. Don't go home with the girl you just met at the club in SA. It's not something you should do. You'll wake up the next morning with a request for payment, and bouncer waiting outside your house, and a potential rape allegation because you've refused to pay because you thought it was just fun and games. So you open yourself to that danger. Then you open yourself to also SA hands attacks. A lot of them steal.
You know where the danger is. This is where the danger is. This is where the danger is. Essay is just a lot, bro.
Yeah, bro. Also, group hobos will steal from you, dog. Like, literally, you wake up, you think, Wooty, you had a good time, you're drinking, next thing, your bank card is gone, your phone is gone, things have happened. You can't
bro, my boy was telling me that there was a Han that he was finessing at the club, and he just got too lit, so he decided to go back to his hotel, and at some point he gave the Han his hotel key to be like, pull up to my room, my place, kunji. And the Han actually pulled up, so he goes back to the hotel, right? Knocks out, but he latched the door, right? You know how it's got the latches. Some of the locals interact, even if someone has your room key, they can't open it. So literally, apparently, the babe showed up maybe an hour or 30 minutes after he knocked out on his bed. He's latched the door. This Han came, tried to call him, all this other shit. Hey, I'm trying to call. Nothing. Tried to open the door because she had the key card. Nothing. And, she wasn't able to get in, obviously, because he had latched the door closed.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up in the morning to like 10, 12 missed calls of the Han being like, because when he looked at the door, it's like you could tell someone tried to open this door. And he was like, what the fuck? Then he checks his phone, he sees this babe was texting him, you said I must come with you to your place, and blah 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 blah, all this other random shit. And I was like, damn, imagine if he hadn't latched that door, should have just shown up. And who knows what could have happened at that point. If you're knocked out, right? And you're drunk.
And I can tell you, that person was desperate, not for you, because she just met you.
Yeah.
So don't think that your personality is over
Exactly.
endearing you. This amazing person that want you so badly they can't get enough of you on the first night. No. That person wanted to scam the fuck out of you. They're desperate for money.
Oh yeah, she was collecting the wallet, she was collecting
bro.
whatever.
Like we must be woke.
Anyway, if you want to be a fisher, it's a tough game. But did we miss anyone?
Yeah,
obviously there's Guababa Gang.
Guababa
Gang who's just there.
Guababa Gang are they want to act like fishers, but they're not really fishers. They don't have the stomach for it, right? So they want to talk the fisher game, right? Like, we want. Then if you eventually end up with the next group of guy we're about to describe, who will end up bringing the hands, then Guababa Gang is now all of a sudden talking football. They want to talk about fantasy and Granit Xhaka and Marcus Rashford.
They typically are the ones who are least impressed with the hands. Guababa Gang will be like, these hands are ugly.
Even if the hands are cheap, Guababa Gang will be like, they'll just not be within.
Yeah. And then when the hands pull up, the guy will sit like he's inside church, and he won't say a thing.
Yeah. The opposite of Guababa Gang are I wouldn't say ice boy. I don't like the term ice boy because that's just not cool. But there's that there's always a character which is just not within. When the bull comes, they're going to run away. But then they're a vibe. Good time. They're there. They'll most likely have a plug to all the hands or whatever it is. But and
then there's the launchers. The launchers are the ones who you stop focusing on them for 1 minute. All of a sudden, guys, shots are here, tequila shots, and there's 10 shots on the table.
There's the launchers, and the launchers will always pay for those shots.
From where?
They won't even flupa anyone.
Bruh.
They won't be like,
no,
it's on me, dog. It's on me. Don't worry.
It's like, bro, it's not about the sheets. It's about my mental state.
It's about my liver.
All
launches are a problem.
All of a sudden, there's lime, there's salt on the table, and then there's a tray. Guys, like, what's going on? But now I love launches. Launches are a good time. Launches make sure everybody's having a good time.
and they're always aware of when the mood is like the thing with launches, right? They're mood aware. So whether it's if you guys ever go out with your boy with like your guy friends or like your girlfriends, there's always that one friend who's watching the mood, and when they see that everyone's looking, when people start touching their phones too much, they just go shots, and then from there,
like, no, guys, phones to the center of the table. No one's touching their phone. Touching my phone. Like, no, launchers are good. Your squad always needs to have a launcher. But guys, let us know who are you in your squad when you go out and party. You know, we're very curious. Or if you've had experiences, good and bad, especially bad.
Table's Shazam gang.
If your launcher went the wrong way.
Table's legit. Table's legit. A song starts playing. It's, bro, do you know this tune? Let me plug you. Yes, they're like, bro, this is a calm song. This is just
listen. Me, I appreciate music, man. I actually, it's just wow. Music is just so wonderful. You know, I can't get enough of it. Have you started watching House of the Dragon?
I have, dude. Episode 1 left me traumatized.
Why? Oh yeah, guys, we'll talk about spoilers, by the way.
Are there? So spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched House of Dragon. Skip the next maybe 5 minutes or so. So that scene, right, when his wife is giving birth. The king's wife is giving birth, and then he now has to make the choice.
Oh yeah, that was long, bro.
So so back in the day, I guess they didn't have like anesthetic or whatever. There was no C-section. There was just like, you know, we cut you open, we take the child out, your wife dies, that's it. I think what was scary is she didn't understand what was going on. She just saw people holding her down, taking a knife, cutting her open, and then she died. And then the child died. And then it's like, bombo clat. That's messed up.
This guy said bombo.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it was what was horrific was the part where they had to hold it down. That was like, damn.
No, but I think it's when she was asking, like, what's going on, right? Because in her head, she just thinks she's having like a difficult labor. And then she's like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then knives out, cut you open, death, done. Yo.
For anyone who doesn't know House of the Dragon, it is a prequel to Game of Thrones. So it's set, I believe 200 years before the current Game of Thrones timeline. And it focuses on the House of Targaryen. And the big kind of theme about that is the Twagen man. He looks in late when the next king. Succession, there we go. The succession line of who would next be king, and then the current king has then decreed his daughter will be the next king, and obviously, to my knowledge, Daenerys was going to be the first woman king. So I don't believe the daughter actually makes it to the throne. That's my hunch, because I do not remember. I think they would have mentioned it if there was a female king before Daenerys. Especially a Targaryen, I think they would have mentioned it. But yeah, I don't remember. I think all the kings have
It's great watching. It reminds me of...
Have you seen episode 3?
Yeah, I have. I watched it last night.
Hey.
I think so. My general thoughts is that it's reminding me of Game of Thrones, and it makes me miss that time. But at times it gets me upset because I'm like, come on, guys, they could have ended Game of Thrones much better than they did.
Yeah, much stronger.
I think it just keeps reminding me.
Yeah, no. It's. I think I'm over it. I'm over what happened to Game of Thrones. I think I've forgiven them, and it is what it is. But I am the only thing that I don't like, because apparently the book readers, they're trying to like get us up to speed with the mad shit hasn't started happening yet. So they're just trying to give us some context at this point to get us to the part where it's like, this is the meat, right? So we're still at the appetizer part. But what I don't like is the time jumps. Like, you know,
I've never liked time jumps.
The fact that it's you know, like episode 3 was like 3 years later. I'm like, 3
years later, dog.
That's 3 seasons,
like,
bro.
What happened?
For normal shows, that's 3 seasons. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, and and apparently like no, not season, episode 6, the girl who's playing Rhaenyra is going to be a completely different set of actors for episode 6. So we're gonna keep having these time jumps.
No, we're gonna have
by
time
episode
jumps.
6, I would say Colleen.
But I
in her
look
20s to 30s.
To be honest, I don't mind as long as they can justify it with a good story.
No, but I really like the girl character, like the one who's playing Rhaenyra. I think she's got like spunk, you know. She's got a good energy to her. She's giving Daenerys vibes. So that's where I'm like, fam, I don't know if because what if the older actress is not that great? Because then it's like, shit, you know, I kind of preferred it before. But anyway, I like Damon. He's also got good energy. It's definitely, I think, it's coming together pretty well.
It is.
Are you a Lord of the Rings fan?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, even me. I just watched the movies, but I'm not like. So there's a new series on Amazon, but I don't know. I think I might wait for the season to finish, and then I'll just binge it.
Would you watch the whole like Lord of the Rings again just so that you can catch up?
Bro, those movies are long,
but
bro.
it's like
that's a long trilogy.
It's like Harry Potter movies, though.
Maybe if I'm working from home, and if I'm working from home and I just have it playing in the background, sure. But I'm not gonna sit down and actually pay attention. But at least for me, the Harry Potter movies always captured my attention. Always. And I watched them a million times. But Lord of the Rings, hey, I tried watching like Two Towers one time and I was like, yo, you know.
I watched the first one not so long ago, so I just need to go into the second.
Yeah, no. So I think have you seen the third one?
No, I haven't.
Really? That's the end of the trilogy, man. Go and watch the third one. Please be serious.
Hey, time, bro. You need to set aside the whole day for Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to also rewatch the Godfather movies. Yeah, so I just need to set aside some time in the next few weeks to do that.
Okay. Fair enough. So I'm just going to go through a couple of DMs. I think we got a couple of DMs from past episodes. So guys, we're moving into Siyazama. For any new listeners, Siyazama is the part of the podcast where if you have a point of order, if you have anything that you want to share with the Cheese Boys or you want the 6 Foot Weight community to know, any of that, you can DM us on Twitter at 6 Foot Weights on Twitter, and you can also email us 6footweights@gmail.com. So both handles are 6 the number FT Weights, and then either that's on Twitter or at gmail.com. So remember when we spoke about away games and home games, Mr.
Yes, I remember.
So you know what I love? I love those like posts or tweets where someone will be like, guys, let's keep in mind that away games are always better than, you know, playing home games. And then at the end, they'll be like, this tweet is not about sock. those tweets spark me, bro. But anyway, talk on that. Hey, just responding to one of the things that you guys mentioned, can't expose myself on the timeline. Of course, you know, we understand. Personally, I always prefer, and this is a girl, by the way. Let me see. There we go. So yeah, personally, I always prefer away games. The time I tried inviting someone over, they got too comfortable and wanted to cuddle and talk afterwards. Damn, this girl is about her business, bruh. So they overstayed their welcome, trying to spend the day, order food, watch Netflix. That's boyfriend territory for me. I prefer to be in and out in a casual situation. You know what? And you know what's funny? I really want to like say her handle because I have so many questions about her handle. It's like it's a contradiction, you know. It's like saying, you know, no. See, if I give an example, people might put it together. So let me not even. Let's not do it. But anyway, yeah, I think I completely agree with her. Only because, yeah, guys, what are you doing ordering food and getting comfortable with someone else's B-neck? Like, that's been serious. That's been serious.
You know what, right? So I read another tweet out there today. I think people were talking about, the whole home game, away game thing. Uguti sleeping over at a girl's house feels like you're a bad bitch type of thing. And then there were a lot of guys in the comment section, mostly South African, saying it's more or less like, I don't know, now you must have pride in yourself. You don't sleep over at girls' houses, don't move in with a girl. And in my head, I'm just like, nah, bro. It's not that deep. Like, do people genuinely feel emasculated if they sleep at a woman's house? Because I feel.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, no, bro, it can't be it. But there may be guys who are just comfortable in their own space and they want to own, some people feel like they're more in control.
Because if it's the right girl, bro, some of these Hans cabins just be smelling nice. Like, you know what? I wouldn't mind sleeping here. It's like, hey, it smells like a box of flowers in here, bro. Like, it smells like Bath and Body Works. So it's like, I'm cool. It's got a nice scented candle. So like, if you're with the right hand, then absolutely you have a good time. Alala civilian. She'll have like a cute little pillow that will help you sleep. So like, yeah, absolutely. I'm all for it if you wanna crash. But like, again, you must be invited. So yeah, you must be invited. That's my thing. Like she said, that's boyfriend territory. That's girlfriend territory. Like, and my thing is like, if it's just a fixture, we come in 90 minutes and at the full-time whistle we shake hands. Maybe post-game analysis, but like, that's it. That's it. At some point, the show has to end, and everybody goes in their individual directions.
I've realized with these things, though, it depends on who's doing it, right? So if it's someone that you like, you're not complaining about them staying over and cuddling and ordering food. You're okay. You're like, okay.
No.
I think with someone you don't like,
I've had hands that I've liked before, and I'm still like, Puma, bro.
Hi, for real. Like, ang phone.
Yeah, I'm like, get out. Get out, bro. Like, at the end of the day, because you always have to understand. You must know the deal. You must understand. These are the circumstances by which you are here. When you start to blur, people like you, Senna, are the ones who blur lines easily. No, guys, we was just fucking. All of a sudden, it just became a relationship. It's people like you, you mistake your way into a relationship.
I don't blur lines.
Yeah, no, that's how you blur lines. Letting people overstay their welcome is the quickest way to blur lines.
Nah, I'm very firm in that whole 6 months. Well, okay. We understand what's going on.
Yeah. And that's why Pambanise. Yeah, that's my view. My view is that. But Mr. Moore, we have another one here. Let me see. So right, remember we had what were we talking about? Hey, bro, this one is a funny story, bro. When we were talking about Hans who. Oh, I think it is the away games item. Yeah. So same topic. So this is a guy listener, comes into the DMs. He's like, "Yo, I had to do the inbox because otherwise my hand will kill me." So we had to make sure that we keep him anonymous. Gutwa, last Christmas I bumped into this item at Groove. She was alone with a bottle of wine shoved in an ice bucket. Labana, comrade. That's the first red flag. But anyway, we go on. So yeah, the logos and wine is in a bucket of ice. The joint was packed and she had nowhere to sit. She just stood there looking lost. Being the gent that I am, I invited her over to our table since she was going to pour from her own bottle. That's very economical. You've got your own. You've got your own juice. Come through. We can offer you a seat. So the night went well.
Side note.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't let Hans hit you with that clockwork. It's clockwork. It's clockwork that women do. Well, we've got our own whatever. We just want to sip. Bro. Okay, not. Continue with the story. I'll give you a rundown of why I think it's a scam afterwards.
Okay. All right. So, let me see here. Where was I? Right. So the night went well. We exchanged numbers, and since this was festive season, we would meet again at Groove after 2 days. The girl, this girl was a what? This girl was a well-to-do someone good job. Okay, I don't get that part, and all.
Oh no, she's good. Like she's sorted. She has a job. She doesn't need anything.
Oh, okay. I guess that part didn't make sense, but yeah, sharp. And all she stayed with the kid, and she stayed with her kid and some extended family. Oh, okay. And claimed that she wasn't in the habit of arriving late at yeah. She claimed she wasn't in the habit of arriving late at night around them. Okay. This is very important context, guys. Keep that in mind. She asked me if it was okay to crash at my place after Groove. I was okay with it because this would mean a free match and she'd be out the next morning. And then I was like, you see, it's your fault for thinking that it was a free match. Nothing is free in life, my man. Does she not come with a packed suitcase?
Nothing for Mahala in life.
Packed suitcase, boy. Dej features to his house with a packed suitcase. And then Twakona says, I really want to go out this holiday. So I told my family I'm going away for a week. Not her being a deadbeat mom. That's so wild, bro. And then she goes, bro.
Wait, man. So she left her house and said she's going away for a week.
Yeah.
Chimtwana,
bro. She said she's going for a holiday. That's so extra. But anyway, where am I? Right. So bro, I endured 3 nights with her. And on the 3rd night, I had to lie that my aunt had died. I told her the story of my aunt who passed away a year ago. And guess what the item says? Can I house sit for you whilst you're away? Talk with her. I had to lie.
That's a homeless person.
No, honestly, bro, that's not even a Groove hobo. That's a hobo. So I had to lie some more.
That's a hobo for real.
I had to lie some more, saying that my dad was going to leave my stepbrothers at my place. But then she could not. But she could see through the lies. The day after I deported her, as my actual Han, then called saying that she was coming to visit. This man was doing a lot.
Nah, but can you see these fixtures? You meet one night at this is what I was saying earlier. You meet this person. Bro, you're sacrificing your whole future.
Fam. For a hand, and how do you explain that there's a hand who has a whole ass suitcase? Your hand is gonna assume that y'all have been fucking for time. You know, to know this is your side. You doing a little staycation thing with her. Really, we're not having it. Like, yeah, you'd be screwed in so many ways, boss. But I'm glad he was able to get the item out, bro. But yeah. So we asked a follow-up question.
I think my further question would be how he did it.
So I think we can always ask that question and be happy to respond. But I had asked a follow-up question, which has he seen her ever since? And then he says she used to call asking what the plan was for the weekends. But he says he would tell her that he was always unavailable. And she hasn't called since March. So I think she's gotten the hint.
No, that's necessary. She must get the hint. Because
Nah, that's wild.
That's
just
yeah. Look, that sounds to me like someone who was going through something. She was either behind on rent or behind on something, and now she just had to make ends meet because it's not making sense.
Yeah. And then we have one more. We have one more Siaza. So this one, I got a voice note, but then I got like a quick summary of it. So I'll read out the summary and then I'll fill in any plot holes because I listened to the whole voice note. So I think if there's any plot holes that are missing, ask me and I'll see if I have the answers to those questions. So this man says, I was introduced to this Han by a married guy at church. Later, it turns out that she was giving him cheeks and the guy would use me as a reason to leave the house. The wife would call when he's with me or he's meeting up with me, and he would tell her that we're trying to meet up and do a business venture together. Meanwhile, he was shabering that out. And
How?
So he was triggered by Tinto's story. Oh, that's the other context. And he says, and this whole time,
Okay.
The church was on some no, just kissing and hugs type of no kissing, just hugs, church hugs and vibes. That's the tip that she was on. So
those sideways hugs.
yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much the context that you would need for this particular Lokuzin, Mr. Moyo. I think the only other thing was what he had explained in the audio is that this girl came to switch churches initially, right? So she came to his church and, she was just kind of looking lost because obviously it's her first time at church. So he says, hey, Chief, how are you, Munjani? Like, just being a good, church goer himself.
Type of thing.
And yeah, so they started talking and stuff. And she's like, yeah, no, I come from church X. And he's like, oh, okay, I know church X. Do you actually know Uzwanibad? So like, do you actually know Senna? And then she goes, oh yeah, I know Senna. Senna's my bestie. And that was red flag number one. She had a male bestie. So that's
see where you're going with this.
Yes. That's the other bit of key context. So they were besties, and then again, like I had mentioned when I was reading it, Uguti, this guy Senna is married in this context, and every time they would like hang out, they would then call Ukai, hey bro, pull through, and then Senna would tell his wife, no, I'm meeting up with Senna and girl, blah 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 blah. And the reason that he did that was because Senna's wife was onto him, but Ngabe 3, it didn't seem like anything was happening. So they were trying to make it look like a proper platonic friendship by using him in this equation. And when they stopped seeing each other, she actually told Senna to tell him, Owuti, So Senna goes to him and says, hey, brah, listen, Umukel doesn't want you to be talking to her. Please stop calling her and texting her. Like, it's, just cheer. That's how wild shit was. And then eventually, his boys then told him when they realized he was no longer trying to holler at that Adam, or they went together or whatever. That's when the boys were like, hey, bruh, let me tell you a story. This baby's for the streets. Senna's screwing this hand. Senna's eating there. And then that's when he was like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, why would you wait for an own to be like, don't tell me, bro? Like, this is, if you're not going to tell me, if you've made the decision to not tell me, cool. I'm fine with that. If your decision is not to tell me, I'm absolutely fine with that. So just don't ever tell me, Just don't ever tell me. That's my thing.
Yeah, like,
why is it in the moment I'm saying, yeah, hey, bro, I need to chew you. Hey, shows for the streets. No. Leave it, bro. Leave it. Just
why are you telling me afterwards, bro? Like, if it's done, it's done.
Exactly. I could need. But so that's the Siyazama, bro. Man went through it because of these besties, and I wouldn't say. But these hands who go and they'll smash someone else and then be like to someone else, I'm not ready to smash. That's a sick justification for not trying to tee two guys. That's like, bro, that's fucked up. Like, come come up with it.
Yeah, but a lot of women can convince themselves of a lot of weird stuff, I think.
Yeah.
There's just a part of me, what difference in life, but that has to be the most weird logic ever. There's the ones who say, no, that one I need to make him wait, but it's
and it's tantamount to those who be like, I'm saving my virginity so you can fuck me in the ass though. Like bruh. Like that. At that point,
that's Yazama that we got.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, when you like it, like the shit really doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Mr. Moy, that's the those are the Siyasamas. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. Some pretty deep stuff for certain people. But yeah, guys, if you have a Siyasama, send it to us.
No, it's a lot.
We'll discuss, we'll dissect, you know, and it's even, if Siyasamas are even better when you know, have them over a coffee that you would have bought for us. But, you know, shameless plug.
Nah, I think ultimately, we must be nice to each other in this life, guys.
Absolutely.
And I have nothing against besties, but also don't use the bestie excuse. I'll always say to lie to your partners, right? Don't say, this is my bestie, when you know you and this person are more than that. Yeah, that's all I'll say, Mr. Maps.
Yeah, no.
Necessarily a red flag.
Yeah, no. I actually had something on my mind that I was going to bring up just now, but it's just slipped my mind. Oh yeah, Senna. It's 99, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 99.
Yeah, I was about to say that as like a closing remark. 99 not out. Everyone knows that in cricket, it's the most tense point in an innings for a batsman.
Mm-hmm.
Because 99 is because in cricket, like 100 is a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to get 100 runs in cricket
century is a big deal.
Is freaking, yeah, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, Mr. Maps, for in episode 99, the next one is 100. We need to figure out what it is that we're going to do. But we'll figure that out separately, and then we'll let the people them know.
Yeah, so I mean, guys, you know, it's exciting. I can't believe we've cranked out 99 episodes. This doesn't even count bonus ones that we've done in between, all this other shit. So yeah, 99. Shout out to you, the listeners. Shout out to everyone that's jumped on the bandwagon. Shout out to our day ones. And yeah, can't wait for episode 100. I don't know what we're gonna do, what we've got planned. You know, we'll figure it out just like we've just been figuring out this whole time. So, yeah. Anyway, Mr. Moy, I see Vale. It's been a good one. We tried to keep time decently this time. You know, Champions League fixtures are coming up, the 11 p.m. fixtures, so we've got a bit of time. But guys, as you know, like the ting, subscribe to the ting, retweet the ting, or else we're inclined to believe you're a hater. Mr. Moore.
Laters.